But the system is set up in such a way where this institution, of course, wants to pick up the best academically students available for them. So the system is set up from GPA 4.0. So if the institution, for example, have 75 quotas, that's the number they can take for specific program, so the program will, system will pick up the students with GPA 4.0, then go to GPA 3.9, and might stop in GPA 3.7. The quota is filled. So others with GPA 3.5 can complain, but I have GPA 3.5, why I am not selected? Simply because there were more better students than you. And you will see for the first time in our country, school leavers and non-school leavers applying through this digitalized system. Honorable Kino Kahune, for Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science, Technology and Sport, and a beautiful wife and children, welcome. First time Minister's family is joining us, so we are very delighted that you came. For us, previously, the manual system together took us more than 2 months before the name of the students was in the system at the university or college. On top of that, the total cost was over 8.5 million kina. Now, as I mentioned, the paradigm change. The student is selecting the institution, but the institution has the power to say, you are welcome to join us, but that's the criteria. So the institution, only the institution has the authority to enter the criteria to the system, nobody else. On top of that, the institution has 68 different criteria they can use. And they inserted the quotas. How many students for each program they can take. And what happens when our minister will formally launch or start or activate the selection? Will take around 32 seconds. That's all. Not 2 months. On top of that, students who are interested, they are logged in. The students have now access to the system. And after the selection, the students will get automatic information. Congratulations, you were selected to this and this institution. The name of the students go directly to the registrar module at the institution. So there's no need to retype, and we avoid a lot of mistake in retyping. The challenge here is that the system is set up in such a way that this institution, of course, wants to pick up the best academically students available for them. So the system is set up from GPA 4.0. So if the institution, for example, have 75 quotas, that's the number they can take for specific program, so the program will, system will pick up the students with GPA 4.0, then go to GPA 3.9, and might stop in GPA 3.7. The quota is filled. So others with GPA 3.5 can complain, but I have GPA 3.5, why I am not selected? Simply because there were more better students than you. That's why you were not selected. This is one of the biggest challenges we have each year, that there's some students' parents, especially, say, my daughter and my son had high GPA but was not selected. Well, accept the fact there were better students than yours. Saying that, we have national admission pool. It means students who are not selected, they're in the national admission pool. And after the official selection, the minister will initiate very soon, we will see the number of students selected to each institution, and we'll see how many available spaces are still available for the students to be selected. And then the institution go to the admission pool and will invite the students. Do you want to join us, the students? So the paradigm is changed. Now the students make choice where she or he wants to go. Were not selected after grade 12, they were encouraged to upgrade their marks. Once they upgraded their marks, they could not go to the institutions at the same manner like students who finish grade 12. So we listen to the requests of parents and students. The marks, non-school leaver students, today will be selected. The challenge was here, how many of non-school leavers we can take. And Minister make a policy decision, 60% school leaver spaces available in our higher education system for those who were encouraged to upgrade their academic marks and they're applying today. And you will see for the first time in our country, school leavers and non-school leavers applying through this digitalized system. My dear colleagues at our institutions here, I would personally like to acknowledge the contribution made by PCG Academia, who is joining us, and the Deputy Secretary of Research and Innovation and her team working hard to develop the module for non-school leavers. It's a great achievement. I tell you something about this one. Open my mind. We didn't understand that in our country the providers which are upgrading the students' qualification using different systems which are not aligned with the system of the Department of Education. So this created additional stress on our team. And tell you frankly, it will take us 3-4 years now to communicate and work with those providers who are upgrading the qualification of grade 12. And will take us up to 3 years to help them to fix the system which is aligned with the same system as our Department of Education has. And this is the beautiful experience I have, because now I know where the issue. Now I know why many of these grade 12 who non-school leavers couldn't go anywhere, because the system they had was not recognized by our institutions. So we are going now to, will take us 3 years to fix it. It's not the magic that we can do overnight. We have to contact each provider, sit down with them. It's a special professional journalist, which I would expect from our people working in media, was to contact Dherst, to seek our views. Is this story correct? Or what do you have to add? But we are not contacted. So the public more professional views. So correct information and from last year. So I think it's important that I will mention that, because this was not only on social media, to remarks, let us in higher education for all citizens. I would like to thank all the stakeholders, institutions, and technical teams at Dherst and PCG Academia for their hard work in ensuring this process continues to succeed. And I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our minister, who is very much committed to digitalize the whole higher education sector. And we are now digitalizing wing after wing in Dherst. Now we're in the process to digitalize the whole quality assurance wing. Then we go to the project wings. So Dherst, if everything goes all right, by end of next year will be fully digitalized. And it's a great achievement. It is possible because we have the support of Dherst and our higher education sector colleagues. What you see is not the software which we bought from the shelf. No. This is the software which we are developing in our country for our people. Nobody has that software. We are developing module after module. And our minister had very constructive discussion with the minister of Solomon Islands, minister responsible for education and human development. And Solomon Islands will talk with our minister, and maybe next year they will join us in the system as well. So we are developing something not only for ourselves, but for our brothers and sisters in neighbor country, Solomon Islands. So the software is very professional. It's not concluded yet. We are developing module after module, but it's our PNG software. And it's possible because we have a minister who is behind it and is fully supporting us. Colleagues, thank you very much for coming. And I am curious to see, like everyone here, how many students will be selected and to which institutions. Thank you for coming this morning.
Professor Father Jan Zuba for the opening remarks.